The old man is sleeping. He is dreaming of sky islands coated in fog and red dragons that fly on thin wings through the mist between stars. He is dreaming of what could have been. He will not remember. The old man wakes as he always does, and for a moment he can still feel the blood running between his fingers. He can sense the dull flickering of red-lit torches in the back of his mind, lining tunnels that bore deep into the stone of the subconscious. How long has he been asleep? Days or eons? It hardly seems a difference. He stands as he always does and draws his axe. The blade is sharp. The handle is nearly as old as he is, but the wood still holds. He thinks for a moment of when the metal was first forged, when the world was new. But a moment is only that, and his pondering takes him nowhere. He puts the axe away and walks toward the oaken door. It's always oak. It always has been, since the beginning. So much has changed, and yet he has stayed the same. He looks back upon his home, a simple shadow of what it once was. The trees that shade it were less than saplings when he laid the first foundation stones. What has become of the world, he wonders. The old man makes his way down to the pond to fish as he used to. Years he must have spent on that dock, always waiting for something he can't quite recall. Maybe today is the day when it finally happens, whatever it is. Something, however, does not feel right on the dock. The fishing rod in his hands seems as though it may crumble to dust at any moment. The sky flickers and the stars blink. He will not remember. The old man is walking now, away from the dock and toward the village. He thinks that the buildings used to be different. He thinks that the world used to be different, and that if he were to simply reach out, he might be able to turn it all back. He will not. Through the empty streets he walks of forgotten creation. Surely there must have been people here once. Surely the red-black stains left upon doors and windows could not have been his doing. Where have they all gone, he wonders. Where has the world gone so that he is lost again in the same place? He has stood still. Everything else has moved on. At the end of one street, he discovers a home burnt to nothing, and beyond that are the trunks of trees, stripped of all leaves. A glittering memory flashes before his eyes and fades into nothing. His hands. There is something wrong with his hands. He cannot remember. Still, he draws the axe, and surely all of creation must have bent around the blade. Surely this must be the weapon which slew empires, which drove fear into the hearts of a generation. Now it merely rings dully as he strikes it against the cobblestone. It can never go back to the way it was. He is wandering now, alone in the shadow of trees that were not there before. His axe glints in the light. It's as though, in his slumber, all things had passed him by. Everything he knew is lost. How long has it been? Somewhere that could have been anywhere, in the heart of the forest, he stumbles upon an old altar of peculiar construction. The base is golden. Atop it sits a single block of netherrack, extinguished. Here now, the border between memory and reality grows thin. He has been here before. He has seen this before, burning brilliantly into the past, and he remembers. He remembers how he strode across 1,000 worlds, and how all of creation knew his name. He remembers the way the universe bends, how order trends toward chaos. Entropy will know his name. And in his euphoric remembering, he finds that the fire has been relit. The flame burns at the edges of his mind, and he grasps for something to hold on to as the world twists and turns, and he's back again, back at the start. The sky is more beautiful here. The trees seem greener than they ever did. Everything is as it should be. The old man is happy. However, wandering beneath the trees of what should feel like home, he can't help but discover an odd sense of loss that permeates every leaf and blade of grass. Is this not what he wanted? Why is it that the memory seems so much sweeter than the truth? It is quiet here in the growing dark. Surely, then, the answer is further back. Surely this loss he feels can be fulfilled at the truest beginning, where the grass is green and nothing matters, where the sky is blue and all things are simple and perfect, and it doesn't matter. What he was looking for, he is no longer certain. But even here, even at the beginning, it seems that what is lost cannot be found. Perhaps it is him who has changed, after all. And with this revelation, he is brought back to the present, back to his bed and his house and everything that will never again be the way it used to. The old man wakes up, as he always does, and for a moment he can feel the dirt and the grass and the sky. Everything is as it should be. He stands, as he always does, and draws his axe. The world is sharp, brought into clearer focus. Through the oaken door he travels into the village again, where there is now light and life, but not for him, no. His purpose, he recalls, is still wrapped around the handle of that age-old axe. Even if the world has forgotten, he remembers. He remembers what it once meant to be alive, and he discovers now a new fire. Everything may be different. He may be different, but the axe still rings true. Yet, as a new fire burns, he fears he has misunderstood his awakening. This new world may be ignorant to the fear it is built atop, but his purpose has been served. His legacy lives and dies in memory alone, and to memory he cannot return. It could end here, he knows. He could die as he lived, unchanging and alone. But he won't. He won't squander this second chance. To the dock he goes now, and he begins to fish. The moment he has been waiting for is upon him now, and he is content to allow a moment to simply be that. He has all the time in the world now, and the future is laid before him, new and untouched. When he goes walking in the woods again, he is certain he will find new things and old things, some things that never change, and some that always do. The world he knew is gone, but he does not have to remain a stranger in this one.